Welcome to Light the Fire podcast with Mr. Walker. I am super excited for the two young men I have sitting with me today, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, but we have a podcast today that's going to kind of give some insight of what it's like as a first-year student coming to Tech. We have a junior that is going to kind of go over that, and then we have a second-year senior who is getting ready to leave his mark in Huron County and go on into the world. So you're going to get two perspectives, but they're both going to be good perspectives about their experience with Tech Center, and hopefully it helps some of the students that are looking to go to Tech Center or have questions. Hopefully it'll answer some of those questions for you. So first, introduce yourself. We'll start with Keaton, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Keaton, and I attend Bad Axe High School. I am currently a senior, and in my free time, I enjoy playing sports or pretty much anything outside.
Okay.
And I'm Jacob. I go to Caseville. I enjoy playing sports and 2K. I'm always on 2K.
Okay. And Jacob is our first-year student.
I am.
Okay. So we're going to start. We're going to pose both questions to each person because they're going to have a little different perspective. But Keaton, what program are you enrolled in, and what year are you in your program?
I'm in my second year in the electrical technology program.
Okay. And J-Dub?
And I am in my first year in the marketing program.
Okay. So we have one from electrical and one from marketing, two totally different programs within our building. So Keaton, what is your program? How has your program improved or made your new skills in that area of trade in the electrical?
It's kind of taught me everything I need to know about electrical. I didn't really have much knowledge on the trade, but now leaving, I'm confident that I can do whatever I need to do for a job.
And what made you pick electrical? We offer 13 great programs, dual enrollment. What made you ultimately decide 2 years ago on going into electrical?
Just going in, I was kind of in between electrical and construction, and the big thing that made me choose electrical was definitely that everything's hands-on, and it's pretty much the same with construction, but electrical I was always drawn to electricity.
Cool. Okay, J-Dub?
All right. For mine, it was more or less, I've always been kind of a business mind, but it's definitely helped in knowing everything behind a business and knowing how to promote and all that.
Yeah, I would call yourself a young entrepreneur. You and I have had talks about modifying, trademarking, right? Business plans. It's always been a passion. Yeah. So what has been the biggest skill that you've learned in your first 6 months here at Tech?
Definitely being able to identify a customer.
Okay.
And knowing where to sell.
Okay. Thank you. So, Keaton, what is your usual typical day in electrical?
You get there, you walk in, Mr. Air's sitting there, and you grab your board and your tools and do whatever task Mr. Air has for you that day. Everything's self-paced, and you go on as you get other things done.
And first-year electrical students, it was residential, right?
Yeah, first year's residential, and when you get done with that, you go to industrial.
And what do you prefer, commercial or residential or industrial?
I like industrial better.
Okay, so you got to see both. And I could think that the residential probably helps you around the house or for things.
Residential's more of a house.
Okay, but you would like to do more industrial.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, J-Dub, what about you? What's your usual day like? Besides seeing me in the morning, seeing me, giving me a high five, some love, and then going to class, what's your normal day at Tech Center like?
So usually we come in, get ready. Sometimes we look at our books, do some work. We do a lot of projects that are based on business.
Where you come here and you have all that, and I think it's been the most beneficial thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah, in a way, I still get a little nervous, but I could go out and do it a lot better than I could if I just didn't.
Yeah,
if I just went
talking about it and him demonstrating and going through those have helped a little bit. We had when we had Get Hired Day, we had 30+ kids get offered jobs on the spot, and other kids get connections, which is really cool. So let's imagine that there's a little Keaton Brown at Bad Axe School right now, or a little J-Dub at Caseville. What are some things you would encourage a student? I'm glad your education was so positive here at Tech, but there's probably times you didn't like school or you were frustrated. Mm-hmm. What would you say to a struggling student or encourage a younger student?
I think the thing I had to realize was that there's beauty in struggle. You don't get anywhere by succeeding all the time. You have to struggle to really get the true picture.
That's beautiful. That's wonderful. J-Dub?
Yeah, there's a lot of ugliness in the success as well,
But Keaton, you've had some huge success just recently. You were named, All Thumb, had a great basketball season. But what I was shocked with, last year you had a different role on the basketball team, and you and I talked about how that was your role and you embraced it and loved it, and this role was different. But if you wouldn't have experienced different things, you wouldn't have appreciated everything as much.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me was like going through being the rock. You had to. There's different things where, as if you're the star right away, you don't appreciate it as much. Where if you're kind of the under guy and you're just doing all the dirty work, it's not as fun to
learn
be.
to appreciate it when you have it.
Yep.
I talk to students all the time. I remember when I was in college washing dishes, cleaning plates, and I knew that wasn't where I wanted to be forever. But I also knew that it was helping me get to where I want to be. So I never looked down on any other job that I had. I appreciated it because all those things helped get to where you really want to be. Well, I hope we had a part in that, guys. I just want to encourage any kids. I know that a lot of the sophomores and juniors are getting ready to schedule all their classes, and we have a high population of Huron County kids. But just want to encourage you to reach out to some kids at Tech Center. If you know someone that attends a Tech Center, if you have any questions, please check in with us. We're really proud of these two. We're really proud of the kids we have here in Huron County, and I want to thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you. Keaton,
Thank you.
I got another year with J-Dub, but Keaton, I want you to know that I'm really going to miss you. You've been a fantastic young man. You read about kids in the paper, and then you meet them, and it's not always, you just don't know. But you are a true gem of a kid, and you're going to do great things, and I'm so glad we got to have you in our building. You're a wonderful kid.
Thank you. I appreciate
that.
J-Dub,
J-Dub, you got another year, bud, so don't get too excited. You better be good because we're going to keep our foot on you, make sure that everything goes well, but I know it will. But I just really appreciate both you guys. You're leaders, you're great kids, and you make it, so we want to come to work every day. So thank you for tuning in to this special episode of Light the Fire. Hopefully you got some things out of it that will get you excited about next year. It's hard to believe we're already talking about next year, but we are. April's coming. It's coming to an end here in a couple of weeks. It'll be May, June. Before you know it, we'll be on the waters of Lake Huron. Hopefully you have a great day, and thank you for listening to Light the Fire.